Okay, now, friendship ring. Our Sam's come up with all this lovely stuff and issued a challenge. Now, I've just cut a template and I've measured from there to there, which is 3.5 inches. Okay, you know what I'm like. I like to quantify everything. If you quantify it, you can count it. Right. So, I'm not too worried about what's happening down the other end of my fabric. I just want to make sure this is all together. And then I'm going to get my big, this is no good to me. So I am going to get my big cutter down and plonk it. I think I've got a fairly good edge on this, but it needs to be precise. So I'm just going to plonk that on top of there. Okay, make sure that I'm not too far out. At least this bottom line, yeah, is in scope. And then I'm just going to make myself a naught line so that I know, you know, if I lift that up and whiz it out, that's a straight line. Yeah, so I know it's now absolutely solid on there. And I did say this template is 3.5 inches from there to there. Okay, so I'm going to take, how many do I need of these altogether? I need 8. So I'm open width of fabric, I'm going to get it. So I am doing a 3.5 inch cut on the width of fabric at the moment for my whites. I only need 2 each of the colours that I'm going to do, but I do need, off you go babies, I do need 8. So that's 4, you know, if you add that, that's 4 layers. This is how I'm going to do it. Call me mad, call me whatever, but they all fit. That's 4 layers, so I need to get 2 of these. That's going to work, isn't it? So that's great. Now what do? Well, I'm going to have to get a pattern weight out because I don't want to. I'm just going to get out a little pattern weight a minute because I don't want. Oh, here we go with my nails. Give me something to get it out with. Something sturdy. Oh, you do. Right. Come on, mister. That's it. Right. I'm putting a pattern. Now my pattern weights are blooming heavy, right? But so I'm putting a pattern weight on there, and although I've laminated it, and so I don't want it to shift around because it is slippery slidey over everything. Am I in view of what I'm doing? Can you see me? Bring it down a bit, right? You can see me, right? Okay. So making sure I'm all square. Actually, if I was being totally honest, to save fabric, alright, I knew I got to move away from my selfish ends, but the more to the fold, then the bigger that piece is that's left over. So top aligning, bottom aligning, yeah. Oh, I suppose I should use a ruler, but I've laminated this, so I am just pressing hard, keeping to my cut without moving the template, which I just flipping did, right? So I'm just moving it. No, I'm going to move it actually. I'm going to turn it round, keeping everything together, move my weight out of my way. That weight is just a bit of an aid to stop it slip sliding, yeah? Put it back on there. Oh, not brilliant. Now, I just had a sudden thought. We've done this before, haven't we, girls? And it ended up that they weren't all the right way round. I do need them all to face the right way, so I might have to rethink this. So up there, up there, get rid of the inconsequentials. I've just cut 4, but let's have a think about this. One is the right way round, they got to be this way round. That one isn't. That one is, and that one isn't. Yeah, I've got to rethink this now. And God, I'm still folded up. Rethink it, Jack. You need to fan fold it. Ah. Or double layer it. Now. Yep. The best I can do now. I haven't thought about this consequently. Okay, so this is both fabrics facing up the same way. I can whack that on there, put my weight on it just to give me a little bit more help. Not worried about that end, sort that out in a minute. Yeah. Now, bring it all back together. There you have moved. But once you laminate, and I just want to make sure I've got the material going the right way. Yes, I have. Right, okay. It's difficult white on white. So, these have all got to face the same way. So now, yeah, up there, up there, to give me my thing. Right, so now I got 4. I want 8. Now, difficult one. Best way of saving fabric. Both fabrics looking up towards me. Yeah, one on top of the other. I can plop that on there, put my weight on just to help me, and I can take this cut. I'm kind of guessing at the bottom, but following. Oh, do not cut your ruddy template. Right, cut it. It's still all squared up, still holding it. Up there, get rid of that. Up there, get rid of that. Okay, so now I've got 6, all facing the same way. That was a silly idea. Right, so now, out of this one, make sure, yeah, all the fabrics facing the same way, looking up at me. I've got to get this on. Now, I'm not going to get it on that way. Will I? Can I get it on that way? Can I? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, so template lined up. Pattern weight. You may need to pin this and do it with a ruler. Remember, you know, I got a lot more experience, or from some of you, yeah? So, up that way, across that way, get rid of my end. Right, so what have I got now? So out of that full width, well, I don't think it, yes it was it? Yes it was width of fabric. So I got, all looking the same way, 1, 2, yeah, I've got to check with this white on white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah? So I've got my white ones now. Made a mistake with those, but it doesn't matter. And I got a bit left over. Doesn't matter. Use it for something else. Now, everything is facing the same way. So, I got to do 2 of the grey, 2 of the blue, 2 of my special fabric, and 2 of the aquamarine. So I've got all the white done. Yeah? Right, so I'll turn you off because I don't think you need to watch me actually cut out the other fabric, because this is how we do it, right? Using my template, which I laminated, I have now cut out all the squares, 2 of these, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, but I've dropped one of these down behind my table, so I've got to pull the ready table out now to find the other one of these that I cut. But they're all the same. What I would say, if you're going to use a template and you're going to laminate it like I did to preserve it, which it has done, it's still more or less intact, yeah, you need to put some sort of grip on the back, because it's ultra slidey and it was ultra hard to keep still. So I would suggest you get a bit of double-sided tape, or you know, make a loop with the tape so that it's still got a sticky bit, so that it grips the fabric and doesn't move so much. Even though I was using the weight, it's so slidey, it was hard work. So that's my suggestion. So what I've got to do now is sew them together. Oh, and I should say, it's all the same. Obviously, right ways looking at you. No matter, let me see, the first, top left, first one, it looks like this, yeah? But whichever way you do them, the second one looks like that, yeah? But they are actually all the same way. So it doesn't matter how you do it, they just got to go one on top of another in that fashion. And if you're using, yeah, they've all got to be the same, yeah. Yeah, so and if you're using my template, which you have to do really, then it is cut in such a way that the very end of that should meet and the very end of that should meet, yeah, 1/4 of an inch, yeah. They are cut in such a way that they fit exactly 1/4 of an inch. So you need to sew the long lines, diagonals, and whichever way you need to do it, because you can always turn them around, need to fit exactly. That end, they fit, yeah? Using the template. And obviously then we'll come back to it when I've sewn a few, eh? So looking at our first quarter of the square is going to look like this, yeah? So, you know, one on top of the other. You've got absolutely no seams to match. So line it up, sew 1/4 of an inch. 1/4. Do exactly the same, follow the colour guideline, you know, interpreting your own colours for what I'm using, but follow the whites and put your own colours in, and make the other, you know, all quarters are going to be the same, they're just turned, so make the other 4 quarters. Alright, so we've got to a stage where we've gone right over left, sewn down, right over left, sewn down 1/4 of an inch, yeah, and now all we'll have to do is to bring the top down and match the seams. Now you know the drill here, don't you? Yeah, that obviously you need to line up your seam, make sure everything is hunky-dory, pin it. Oh, I must make one of those. Pin it, in the centre, check your seam, check your seam, check your seam that you're happy with it, and then obviously you want things, there's nothing else to match up, so you know, put a pin in it so that it doesn't wiggle waggle. This end, that end you're going to be holding as you go under the machine, but I put a pin in that end so it doesn't wiggle waggle. See this? Can you see this? This is, what was it? Is it, I don't know, without getting the measuring out. This is a 2.5 inch square. As you can see, there's a bit of elastic, very loose elastic, sewn on the back. That you can see there, yeah, is to stop the pins digging in my wrist. There's cardboard, I think it's a cornflakes packet, I'm not sure. There's a bit of thick cardboard that I put in the base, stuffed it, and then literally turned it under and just put it under the machine and sewed it down one side. And that's all that is, as simple as that. But very, very useful when you're doing things on your wrist. Doesn't cost you nothing, but lovely. If you want me to do a tutorial on it, I will. But it's very, very simple.